£75, £90, £145, £110, £88. Oh, that's on sale for £88. Oh my god, £155, reduced from £195. Cycling clothes are crazy. In so many brands now, they are unbelievably expensive. And I can completely see why people don't think that cycling is something that they can get into when the clothing alone costs so much money. And sure, a lot of these cycling garments are made with very techie things, and I'm sure they've all got teams of Italian fabrics technicians working behind them, but do we really need to be spending £195 on a pair of bib shorts? In this video, I'm going to be taking you through my entire cycling wardrobe, how much I paid for everything and where I got it from. Let's get started. All these things are in no particular order, but I'm going to start off with the most out of place item in my cycling apparel toolkit, which is my OMM jacket. Now, this is actually not a cycling jacket at all. It is a kind of running jacket, I suppose, really. It's waterproof, it's stretchy, it's windproof, it is glorious. I have a whole review of it here, and I love it. I've had it for years. I've had it since I think 2019, and I absolutely love it. I hit a dog while cycling in it, and they even sold me a repair patch so I could repair this jacket. I wear this jacket so often, mainly in the winter. Cannot even begin to describe how often I've worn this, and I wear it all the time for cycling. Yes, it's black. It's not an ideal cycling jacket for that reason, but it's the only waterproof jacket that I own, and I don't want a massive wardrobe. I don't want to keep having to buy sport-specific items of clothing. So this OMM running jacket, I guess, has served me for pretty much every sport that I do outdoors in the rain. And I didn't buy this direct from OMM. I bought it from Pete Bland Sports, which is a small independent shop up in the Lake District, I think. I bought it on their website, and I bought it on sale. It's the OMM Cam Leica. They still sell it. They sell a different version now, but it's just better. And I spent £135 on this. It doesn't really count towards my overall cycling apparel expenditure because it's not a cycling jacket and I wear it all the time for everything, but it is at the same time quite an important part of my cycling wardrobe, so I'm including it anyway. Next up is something you've probably seen in a lot of my cycling videos, and that is these bib tights. And they are pretty well worn. They're from FDX, which is a very budget cycling brand online. They're long and they are thermal, so they've got like sort of fleecy stuff inside. They're the only long cycling bibs I have at all. Literally the only long cycling trousers I can wear, which is actually kind of difficult this time of year when it's like 14 degrees outside. So it's too warm for these, but it's not quite warm enough if it's like really windy or something for bib shorts. So I'm in a weird place at the moment. But I've had these for years. It must be 3 years now. And they're doing really, really well actually. Like I don't feel the need to replace them. I don't like the style of them at all. I don't like this. I don't like the really weird like circus vibe that they've got. But they were £24.99. full price, and they don't have any holes in them, so I can't replace them because there's just no need to. The fabric's kind of pilling a bit, but I've worn these so much for years, and I've worn them on road and I've worn them mountain biking as well for reasons I'm going to talk about in a bit. I don't love them and they don't go with anything else, but I own them, so I will keep wearing them. But £24.99 for a pair of long thermal bib tights. I mean, you can't complain about that, right? Next up is a pair of bib shorts, and these are from the Italian brand Ale. I don't know how to pronounce that because I'm not Italian, but I think they're Italian anyway. And these are really nice. They've got this kind of like meshy back part, which is really great, and they've got like silicone-y kind of threads here, which make them stick to your skin really well. I really like these because they are floral, even though it sort of irritates me that the femification of sportswear, and they also go with nothing else that I have, which is a common theme in my cycling wardrobe, but I like them anyway, and I think they're really cool. I bought these second-hand from eBay, and now before you wrinkle your noses and think, oh, like, why would you buy this kind of stuff second-hand? I buy almost all of my cycling gear second-hand. In fact, a lot of my clothes second-hand as well. This lovely merino cashmere top here, second-hand, a tenner. In fact, less than a tenner, £7. So I bought these second-hand on eBay. They were like as new condition and they are just really nice. And I paid £22.78. Now new, these would have been a hell of a lot more expensive. Next up, my Le Col bib shorts. Now this is early doors me getting back into cycling, and you can tell that because of the price I paid for them when I was feeling a little bit, I don't know, bougier, I guess. But basically these are Le Col, which is, I don't know much about it. I just knew at the time they was a bit of a fancy brand because everything was incredibly expensive. I like them because they are odd colours, and I dislike them because they are odd colours. I like them in principle, but in reality I'm just like, this doesn't go with anything. They have the Drops, which is a female cycling team. They have their name on the side. They were new with tags when I bought them, so I bought them from eBay, but not second-hand. And I've had these now for, I'm gonna say 3 years, but it actually might be closer to 4 years. You can see that the name there is starting to crack. These have held up really well, and I've worn them a ton on road, on the turbo, you know, wherever. Really like them. They cost me £50, which seems like a hell of a lot of money now that I think about it, but I really liked them at the time, and I think I just wanted to feel a bit fancy and wearing something from Le Col. As I said, this is quite early on in my cycling gear acquisition phase. Okay, next up, and finally for the bottoms side of this video, are my mountain biking shorts. And these are from Rock Rider, which is a Decathlon brand. They're padded, so they're just padded cycling shorts as usual, but they kind of look like this, like classic runner style almost. I really like them because normally for mountain biking, I just wear my regular bib shorts or bib tights because I kind of refuse to just buy mountain biking specific gear, which I just don't understand the benefit of. I guess it's so you don't look like an idiot wearing just like skin tight lycra, but there's a line between spending more money and looking like an idiot, and I'm not sure where that line is, but I haven't quite found it yet with mountain biking gear. This is the only piece of mountain biking stuff I have, and that's just because sometimes I go riding and I want to do something either side of it, and I don't necessarily want to look like I'm decked out in full cycling gear, so I might wear these in the summer instead. I also like to wear them for cycle touring because again, they're just a bit more casual. They don't look like cycling gear, and I quite like that about them. I bought these new from Decathlon, and you can actually still buy them even though I bought these 2 years ago now, but they cost me $19.99, and they're still $19.99. So inflation has gone up, but women's mountain biking shorts in Decathlon are the same price. Next up is the jersey selection. So this is what I first saw, I think, when I started going back. Like I've always cycled everywhere since I was a child, and I used to race, cyclocross, things like that. But I only got back into cycling properly after childhood, and not just as like a mode of transport, but got into cycling as a leisure pursuit, I guess, about 5 years ago. And so that was when this kind of acquisition of goods began. And again, like I was pretty new to this new modern industry, because back when I was a kid, I feel like it was all just specialised. Can't think of a single other brand back in those days. So when I started looking for jerseys, again, like I looked online and I saw the prices and I was like, hell no. So I went and I found this Assos jersey, which I really like because I love yellow. I think it's a great colour. Makes me happy. It's the colour of the sun, what's not to like. It is very summery kind of jersey. This, you can't see. Can you see? No, this is all mesh. This white thing is just mesh. But this is really lovely, and it's Assos, which again is an expensive brand, and that was all I really cared about at the time. Not that I was wearing an expensive brand, just because I felt so out of my depth that I was like, well, I guess expensive brands know what they're doing, so I'll just trust them. And it is a really nice jersey and I really like it. But mainly I did not pay full whack for this. Again, it was secondhand. I bought it from eBay and I paid £20 for it. So £20, it was pretty much as good as new then. Like, I don't remember there being anything wrong with it. It was just a jersey that didn't fit someone anymore, and so they sold it on to me. Next up is the big name. So this is my one and only Rapha cycling jersey, and I actually went to their website because I'm a very narrow person. I've got a very small frame, and so a lot of clothing brands start at a size that is a little too big for me often. I heard that Rapha it goes down to quite small sizes. So I first started looking at their website only to discover that their jerseys like start at £75 or something crazy. But everything I've heard about them is that their fabric is really nice and their clothing is really nice and it fits really well and it's really high quality. So I took my Rapha search to eBay, of course, and I bought this Rapha jersey, which is really, really, really lovely, and I really like it because it's a sort of muted blue colour, so it doesn't clash with a load of stuff, which is obviously my collection is quite odd. So I really like this one, and this cost me £17 secondhand. That's it. And I'm quite a good size for buying things secondhand because I'm always the smallest size, and so I guess that is a slightly rarer size type, but it's also something that people might just grow out of. So I wonder if it's just because I'm more of an extreme size, there's just more of those sizes available secondhand. This is another eBay steal, and this is my long sleeve pearl Izumi. It's got a fleecy inside as well, so but it's not windproof, so I normally wear it when it's not that cold outside, but at the same time I get cold quite easily. It is not a colour that I like. It's just too children's TV presenter for me, but it cost me £20, so I can't really complain about that, which is literally why I own it. I bought it secondhand from eBay, 20 quid, brilliant. The best bit of cycling gear that I own though is my Castelli windstopper jacket. I cannot even begin to describe how much I love this jacket. It is windproof, it's warm, it's slightly fleecy inside, it is muddy because I wear it all the time. I just love it so much, words cannot describe. And again, it was an absolute steal. I bought it on Vinted and I spent £29.23 on it. It was amazing, like genuinely amazing. And I wear it all the time. I've worn it throughout winter. You'll see it in all my videos, like the colder videos. And I can't get enough of it. It is my favourite thing ever. Now, when it gets to other random stuff, I have this Decathlon t-shirt, which I wear very seldom. I don't like it. I don't like the fabric. It feels weird. I don't even know why I bought it. I didn't want to always wear a cycling jersey, and it's got a mesh back and it's still got pockets and everything. So it's really practical, but ultimately it exposes my shoulders, which open up to sunburn, which, I mean, just look at me. Like, I can look at a picture of the sun and I get sunburned. So it's not ideal for that. I very seldom wear it, but it is part of my cycling wardrobe. I bought it and I can't actually remember how much I spent on it, but I'm gonna say it was about £15. Now, my final two items are a bit different. So they are just a jersey and bib shorts. So they are part of my cycling wardrobe, but they were free because I got them with my job. And they're really cool and I love them. So I'm gonna show them to you anyway. But at the end of the day, they are made by Quore, which is an amazing cycling brand, and they are designed by someone in the company that I work for, Komoot. They're designed by our brand designer, and one of the perks of my job is that sometimes we get free stuff which is branded, and this is a great cycling jersey. I love it. I also have the bib short version of it, so it matches the bottom there. And I haven't actually worn these yet because I got them in late September and then it got too cold to wear them, so they still have the tags on them. But I'm very looking forward to wearing them this summer. So this is the extent of my cycling wardrobe. So I have one pair of bib shorts, pair of bib tights, another pair of bib shorts, bib shorts. So I've got 3 pairs of bib shorts and 1 pair of bib tights. I would say that is the limit. I don't need any more. And then I have 1 short sleeved jersey, 2 short sleeved jersey, and then that t-shirt, which I've now put somewhere I can't find. So I've got 2 short sleeved I've got 3 short sleeve jerseys because I've got my work one as well. The perfect number. I don't know why I'd ever need more than that. I've got 1 long sleeved warm thermal jersey. And then I've got 1 long sleeved windstopper jersey. And then one pair of mountain bike shorts. And that is my cycling wardrobe. And I already did the maths for this. So all of that cost about £340, a bit less than that, £330. If you're including the OMM waterproof jacket, which is part of my cycling wardrobe, but it's not just for cycling, I wear it all the time. So without that, it's about £200. Obviously there's a jersey in there and a pair of bib shorts that I got for free, but those, while they're lovely and I love them, I don't need them. I wouldn't have bought that number of jerseys and bib shorts off my own back, if you know what I mean. So my cycling wardrobe is complete without them. I wouldn't say you would need that many, unless you're literally cycling every single day. But even then, like, you've got a washing machine, right? Now, I am a huge advocate for secondhand clothes, and personally I have had so much luck finding stuff in general, but also sports stuff, triathlon stuff, bib shorts, jerseys, that kind of thing, on Vinted and eBay. I haven't yet looked on Depop because I feel like I'm too old for it, but maybe there too. Now, I'm obviously a woman, and women's clothes tend to be easier to find in a variety of sizes on secondhand shops like eBay and Vinted. I don't know why. I suspect it's because women are much more used to the buying and selling of clothes, maybe because we have more of them, because that's what society has told us that we need to do. I find it very easy to buy and sell things on somewhere like Vinted or eBay, and my partner, who is male, doesn't find it very easy to buy or sell things on those sites. If I want to go onto Vinted and find a pair of XXS bib shorts from Endura, I bet you I could. Whereas if he wants to go on and find bib shorts from Endura in his size, which is quite a normal size, but he's just a man, so I don't think he would find it as easy as I would. So while I absolutely advocate for going out and finding these things secondhand, obviously manage your expectations. It depends on the country you are, what kind of secondhand things you have available to you, but also it might depend on your size, your gender, all kinds of things. But always start looking at those places, because if someone's selling them, then why not go secondhand? They're usually in quite good condition. These fabrics are pretty hard wearing, so they're normally in great condition, or someone's taken up cycling and then they've decided that they don't want to do it anymore, or they've changed sizes and they need to sell their old stuff in order to buy new stuff, all of this kind of stuff. So I really, really recommend looking on Vinted, looking on eBay, looking on, other versions of those sites to start supplementing your cycling wardrobe, especially if they're brands that you really like, but you can't justify spending so much money on the new stuff. And I will caveat this with the fact that obviously someone needs to buy these things new before you can buy them secondhand. I'm not saying that stuff like Rapha and Lacole and MAP, or however you pronounce it, or all of those really, really expensive brands, I'm not saying that they shouldn't sell expensive clothes. I'm just saying that not everybody can afford to buy those things new, nor should you feel like you should. But it's great to go and rescue secondhand items of clothing because, well, we all know why buying secondhand clothes is good. Also, I want to say that you do not need to buy big brand name clothes to go cycling. You just don't. I often cycle in a t-shirt. In fact, during winter, I'm not wearing a jersey underneath my Castelli windproof jersey. I'm literally wearing a merino t-shirt underneath. That is it. It doesn't have a brand name on it. It's just a bog standard black merino t-shirt, and sometimes those things are just the best. Like, pockets and jerseys are fantastic. At the end of the day, maybe you don't need pockets. I personally hardly ever use my jersey pockets apart from like lip balm. I normally have everything in my top two bag. Also, nobody's ever going to judge you for wearing like off-brand cycling gear. Decathlon makes some fantastic cycling gear, and obviously every winter I'm just wearing my FTX £25 thermal bib tights. You don't need to look put together, you don't need to look colour coordinated. Those things are fun, but don't let that stop you from going out and cycling because you don't look, perfectly coordinated, you're not in this season's colours, all of that kind of stuff. Like, cycling gear is designed, or at least should be designed, to last for decades. So it's never going to be on trend except for the day you buy it. So that's my cycling wardrobe. Every single thing I wear cost £200 basically, and I really expect that stuff to be lasting me for many more years. I hope this was helpful to you, or at least slightly insightful. Please put in the comments your best piece of bargain cycling gear. Tell us where you got it, tell us why you love it, tell us how much it costs if you want, and tell us what your tips are to find great cycling clothing. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.